Okay, so we are going to edit this image today, and the first thing I'm noticing here is the color of a dress and the background is kind of matching, so there is no subject separation from the background in terms of colors. So we can do one thing, we can try to change the clothes color so that our subject stand out from the background. So let's do it. So I have created a duplicate layer and now select color range. Let's see how it performs, or else we will go with manual selection. Okay, now let's make it a mask, and now I'm going to take a solid color so that I can see it properly, or else we can take another colors as well. So yeah, here we are. Now see, the reds are masked out and we need to mask out this part also. So now we can do one thing, is simply we can remove it this. Now let's select the dress manually. We need a little bit of feather though. I always prefer manual selection, so you have the full control over your work, so that's what I like, at least in Photoshop, where we are gonna manipulate these colors and all. So we need full control over our work. And now I'm doing a bit of fast forward because you guys are going to get bored. Now it's kind of done. We have finally masked out the dress perfectly. Yeah, and I think there is some parts left here, and we're gonna fix that later. So now let's delete that. We don't need that part now. And now we are going to take a hue saturation. Now we have taken a hue saturation and adjustment, and here is the mask we have just created, something like that. Or we can make it more perfect by giving it more time. Okay, whatever. So now let's copy this layer on the hue saturation. Now replace this mask. Yeah, now let's turn this off, we don't need that yet, and let's make a copy just for nothing. Yep. Actually it's safe to work with a duplicate layer. So here is our image and we don't need that anymore. Now when we are going to change anything in this tab, it's just going to hit the dress only. And yeah, I was talking about this sections, it is left, so we are going to change that as well. So let's try with something brighter so I can see it perfectly, and it will help me to edit those parts. So yeah, let's make it quick again. Yeah, now as you can see it's perfectly selected, and you can adjust some major parts like that here and there. Yeah, now let's set the color. Now I'm thinking about red because there's too much greenery, and I'm going to add a little bit of cool tone on this mist part and this part. So red I think will be the best option to go with, because that's gonna create the most contrast between the colors. So let's make it red. Yeah, I think this will look good. As you can see, it is already creating a contrast between the subject and spot. So now we can make this part a more detailed, so it's kind of looking okay right now. So I'm pretty happy with the results. Now we can edit the colors. So let's make a merged layer of this image with this color. So Control Alt Shift E will make a separate color and merge all visible layers. Okay, so now we have changed the color of her dress. Let me show you. Yeah, we have finally changed the color, and it's looking quite good already. I mean, it's making a separation going on, so that's what we want. We want the subject to pop out from the background. So now let's go to the raw editor again, Control Shift A, and now we need to color grade the whole image. As I have told earlier that I want a bluish tone on this part, so let's start with temperature. I'm going to decrease it like that. And also the tint as well. Now I want this is a forest and it's a bit of mist and a dark look, so I want it to be dark, so let's make it a little bit of dark. That's okay. Now we don't need the highlights actually right now, because we wanna add that in HSL. Now shadow, we want the detail from these parts for right now, because we're gonna work with that details right now. And now let's increase the black a bit, it's looking good. Now I want a bit of clarity in this image, and it's kind of foggy look, so I'm using the dehaze to increase the fogginess. And saturation, we're going to decrease it. Okay, we are done with the basics, and now we are going to work with the curves, and that's where the magic happens. Okay, so now I want a faded look on this parts, so I'm going to increase it a little bit. It's already looking kind of moody, so it's not done yet, so we're going to work with that. Now let's play with the red curve. Red curve, if we decrease the red curve, it's going to produce green, and if we increase, it's going to produce red. It's okay, don't worry about the green, because after red channel we are going to work on the green channel, so we're gonna fix it later, so don't worry. And we're just creating a contrast between the colors. Okay, so we are done with the red channel, and now we are going to work with the green channel. So here we are in the green channel, and now let's tweak it. Okay, so we are done with the green channel, and now we are going to edit the blue channel. Okay, so here we are now in the blue channel, and we are going to tweak it a little bit, not that much. Okay, next thing is details, so we need details, and we're going to increase it around 10-11. It's kind of okay. And noise, there's not much noise in that image, but Yeah, around here will be okay. Now next thing is HSL, hue, saturation, luminance. Now first of all, let's work with hue. I'm decreasing the blue here, not that much. I'm gonna lose all the blue. Yeah, it will be okay. Now we are going to tweak the saturation here. So we want a bit moody and muted tone, so we are gonna decrease the saturation overall, and it depends with the colors. Okay, so now we are done with the saturations and it's looking quite good. And now let's go to the luminance. Now luminance is basically the brightness of the color, so we are going to adjust luminance according to our look. Okay, so we are done with the HSL and now we are going to work with split toning. Now I don't use split toning that much, but I need a bluish tone here on this highlight part, so I'm going to use it only for that. Now we are going to add a bit saturation to the highlight color, and now let's find out the color we want, then we will fix the saturation. I want a little bit of bluish tone actually on the highlighted part, so okay, so this color is looking good. Now let's deal with the saturation here. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good, and we can also increase it a bit, kind of like that. And yeah, that's what I want from this image. So now let's go to the calibration and give it some final touch. And also we can use a graduated filter for increase the dehaze a bit, and we can use the brush here on the trees to give some detail to the environment actually. So not dehaze, we are going to increase the clarity actually. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, so now let's go to the calibration and give it some final touch. So now let's tweak the red primary. It totally depends on your preference actually. Now let's tweak the green primary. Now comes the most important, blue primary. A bit, not that much, just a bit. Yep. Okay, so this is the final image. Okay, so we are done with the editing, and now let me show you the before and after. So this is after what I have created, and this is before, and I kind of like the tone, the vibe of this image. And I have also posted this image on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you have already seen it, and it's kind of different look because it needs to fit with my grid, with the tone I am using on my Darjeeling series. But I also love this tone as well, so and it's kind of same with a little bit of tweaks. So I hope you guys loved this video, and if you guys have any question or suggestion according to this video or anything else, please let me know in the comment section below. Follow me on Instagram to watch more of my travel contents, and see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe, stay at home.